Hello?
Yes, hi, this is Zachary with AT&T Teleconference. I was hoping to speak with James Clark to join him to a conference.
Okay, now who is this again?
Zachary from AT&T Teleconference.
Wow, Zachary, teleconference. Okay, is this from the, is this from Boise?
This conference is hosted by Sue Nelson. Tracy Whalen is on the call. As well as Lynn, Luker, Mark Young, and Schnauber.
Alrighty, and this call is being recorded, correct?
I do not see.
Okay, well, I'm letting you know that my call is being recorded on my side for my safety and the safety of Elaine Kerr due to the filings of the to the Supreme Court. And I'm just letting you know before the call starts that yes, I am here and I will take the call.
Absolutely. Excellent. I will now gather the rest of the participants, and I will go ahead and place you on hold until we begin the conference.
Exactly. Jack was the capital. So, remember?
Your conference will begin momentarily. Please continue to hold.
Yes, I will.
Not just a recording.
I know it is.
Your conference will begin momentarily. Please continue to hold. Your conference will begin momentarily. Please continue to hold.
She used a cigarette.
Your conference will begin momentarily. Please continue to hold.
Good job, Boo. Okay. All right, baby. Boy, I didn't even have time to hear it get cigarettes. So we've been on hold for 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience in holding. We will begin today's meeting with a roll call. Please respond when your name is called. Do I have Sue Nelson on the line?
Present.
Do I have Tracy Whalen on the line?
Yes.
Do I have James Clark on the line?
Yes, and also here is Elaine Kerr. Elaine Kerr, would you say your name, please?
Elaine Kerr, K-E-R-R.
Okay, thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. Do I have Lynn Luker on the line? Yes. Do I have Mark Young on the line? Do I have Janelle Burke on the line?
Yes.
Thank you so much, and I will leave you to privacy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, this is Tracy Whalen. This is the time and place set for the hearing that we have. As we begin,
Okay, I have something that I need to say right away, though, if you don't mind, please.
I do mind, sir. Y'all
My name is James Clark, and I'm representing myself at this time, and this video is being recorded. Thank you. For my safety and the safety of Elaine Kerr. Go ahead.
Ms. Nelson, can you tell us if Mr. Clark is present there at the Idaho State Bar building? He is not.
Huh, I wanted to be.
Okay, so this matter is set. I'd like the record to establish the following. On June 17th, 2013, Mr. Clark filed a complaint against Mr. Luker with the Idaho State Bar. On August 12th of 2013, a decision was rendered by Deputy Bar Counsel which did not find by clear and convincing evidence that the grievance was founded. It, in that, provided notification of the appeal process and set it out. On August 19th, 2013, there was a request for review filed by Mr. Clark. On September 12th, 2013, the matter was assigned to this committee. On August 1st, 2013, it was set for hearing for today's date and time, and at that time the procedures were set out, notifying the parties again that the hearing would be by telephone unless the hearing committee prescribed another method, that the parties would be permitted to file briefs or make oral argument related to the grievance under review, and that the hearing committee may ask questions regarding the record before it. Also notified at that time, again, this was at least the second or third notification, was that the hearing committee chair may limit the presentation of the hearing in his or her sole discretion, and all written materials.
Excuse me. You were saying that this is the third. What now?
Okay, sir, I'm going to ask you not to interrupt me. There will be a time for questions if you have questions. Right now I'm setting up...
Okay, well, I got a phone. I spoke with Sue Nelson this morning also in regards to some documents that were sent to me Friday. And because I hadn't been given the proper amount of time to review the records, because she was also videoed and she was very aware of it, because I did let her know that that phone call was being recorded. And she stated that she forgot to send something in those records, so I had time to review it, which, again, I still have not received those documents based upon the letter that I received along with the documents Friday. So at this time, I'm asking that this meeting be postponed until I receive the document. And if you would like to listen to the video that I have, that is 5 minutes and 31 seconds long, you will see why I am requesting for a extension of time.
Mr. Clark, if you have another outburst, we will terminate these hearings. You need to let me set the record, and there will be an opportunity for you to talk. But
Okay.
I am advising you.
All right.
You cannot conduct yourself within the rules and the decorum which is required. I will terminate this hearing. Are you clear as to that?
Yes, ma'am. Even though I am alert to how things are working, yes, ma'am.
All right. So, on that date, again, the terms and conditions were set out. There was an order issued October 10th denying a in-person hearing request. On October 11th, Mr. Clark filed a second request asking for an in-person hearing. On October 15th, 2013, there was a written denial for the second time, indicating why there would be no in-person hearing and denying that. On the 16th, Ms. Nelson had sent a letter to Mr. Clark letting him know that she had attempted to forward information to him by email, which had been unsuccessful because the emails The email address which had been provided in the grievance was returned as undeliverable. Additionally, she informed him that she had tried to fax information at the fax number which had been on the documents he had faxed, and those transmissions were unsuccessful, so she had sent information to him. On October 21st, the parties, everyone has received additional materials now. Ms. Burke, do you have a copy of the record in this matter, and have you had an opportunity to review it?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Mr. Young, do you have a copy of the record in this matter, and have you had an opportunity to review it?
I have.
All right. Mr. Luker, do you have a copy of the materials that Ms. Nelson has provided, and have you had adequate opportunity to review it?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Clark, you've previously indicated that you did not believe you had copies of everything and had been unable to review it. Is that correct?
Well, I'll go ahead and answer it in the way that you asked the other parties. I'll go ahead and wait for it to be asked to me in that way on forum. But yes, ma'am, that is correct.
You've had an opportunity.
No, I have not.
You had an opportunity to review the material.
No, I have not.
Okay. And are you asking that this hearing be postponed?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Based upon my phone conversation this morning with Sue Nelson. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And if the court, and if this, and if the courts, and if the people on the, I'm not real sure how to address you all properly, but the ones that are there on the panel, if you like, I would, because I do have a 5 minutes and 31 second video, which clearly she is aware that she's being video, because I explained to her that it was, and she confirmed to me that she was aware. But if you listen to that tape, it will clearly show why I am asking for a continuation based upon this phone conversation, that the Bar Council would like to listen to this.
Okay. Ms. Nelson, can you provide us with some information, if you know, with regards to what Mr. Clark is talking about not having information?
Yes, I think it is regarding what I had sent to the committee in an email on October the 16th. There was the Supreme Court decision. And then there was also, I think that's the document he tells me he does not have is the Supreme Court decision. I think he told me he had the findings of fact, conclusions of law in the IBB Foods and Idaho Concerns Fund.
Okay.
I believe that was it.
Madam Chairman, this is Lynn Luker.
Yes, sir.
I don't understand why Mr. Clark would not have the Supreme Court opinion, because he received that from the Supreme Court. So
Well, Mr. Luker, then, can you explain why you did not appear before the Supreme Court based upon the...
Excuse me, Mr. Clark. Mr. Luker did not ask you a question. Again,
I'm sorry. I don't know how it works.
Excuse me. You will, one, allow the committee...
Well, I'm not sure when I'm allowed to argue or not.
In which it's been designed, and two, you allow the committee and the chair to finish its sentences. Now, that being the case that we have talked about, the only thing that we're being told that you are missing is the Supreme Court decision. Is that correct?
The one that Ms. Nelson was supposed to have sent to me, along with the findings of facts and conclusions of law and order that was put before the Industrial Commission, at the same time that I received the agency's records, which, I was still doing his attorney lien when I received the agency's records and had the findings of fact and conclusions of law that he presented to me, or presented to the, anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So,
just a moment.
At this point,
just a moment, ma'am.
It is my decision based upon the fact that you're on an ethics violation. We're not here on ineffective assistance of counsel or other claim. It is strictly the ethics violation, alleging specifically that a lawyer shall abide by a client's decision concerning the objectives of representation. That a lawyer shall not make an agreement for, charge, or collect an unreasonable fee amount or expenses. That in violation, the third allegation was that a lawyer shall take steps to reasonably practice, to the extent reasonably practicable to protect a client's interest. I I don't find that there would be a prejudice to Mr. Clark for not having those that information in front of him and would proceed to go forward today. Now, you indicated...
Now, wait a minute. You're saying what? What are you saying, ma'am? So I understand it.
We're proceeding today.
Even though that I didn't receive the documents that Ms. Nelson is stating in this video that I received today, you are denying me and going to move forward?
Yes. So,
okay, again, my name is James Clark, and I feel that I am being taken advantage of through the Supreme Court and the Judicial Council. But go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, you indicated you had an individual present with you. Is that individual a witness?
Well, she is here to help me with my paperwork based upon my disability as she was before the Supreme Court. And she is aware of the documents that I receive and the filings that I make, because she is also with me during trips to Boise, Idaho to file documents, and she would be a witness to the filings of documents.
Okay. Given that the hearing committee has had an opportunity to review the record in this case, and they have had an opportunity to look at it, the chair does find that it would be in the interest of justice to allow the parties to make oral argument related to their grievance under review. Mr. Clark, you have filed a considerable number of additional documents, all of which have been received by this committee.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you wish to make any argument about those records that you have submitted?
Well, yes, Mr. Luker, clearly, I can show by the filings of the State Insurance Fund that clearly there were like 6 depositions that had to be canceled when he withdrew on the 20th. So, and under the attorney, I mean, it happened so quick, I wasn't even allowed to argue anything that he was even quitting, and I wasn't even aware of it until I had to pick up my documents, 3 binders, plus one that was presented at the hearing, I guess, because 3 of those 4 binders were my binders that I had in my possession for 7 months prior to hiring Mr. Lynn Luker. So, and of course, this is where the attorney thing comes in, where I guess he was granted. But, I also had a person subpoenaed and was granted through the Industrial Commission. But again, because Lynn Luker would not listen to me, he did not have that person come before that hearing that I did win before the Industrial Commission. That was an order that Miss Sandy Basket will appear based upon the subpoena when a hearing is set in the future.
Okay, I'm going to allow each side an opportunity to. Well, in addition, let me go back.
There's a lot more to all this, but I'm not sure how to answer them. So please be patient with me, and I'm not sure if you want more or all of them. I have a lot more documents, but I can't present them all unless you have the file as a whole.
Okay. Mr. Luker, are there any additional documents that you believe should be submitted on behalf of this record?
No, I submitted all of that to Bar Counsel, and you should have that in your file.
Okay. Mr. Clark, you have filed quite a few documents. Is there anything else that you believe should be submitted to?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do. Matter of fact, I have a lot more. And because of what I plan on doing tomorrow, I'm not real sure how I'll be able to even move forward with this. Because, for information, because again, my call is being recorded. For my safety and the safety of Lane Kerr, due to the filings of mine and the alterations of my documents, I do have concerns. Yes, I do. Matter of fact, and also in regards to, I guess, because of the letter that I received based upon the video. Again, I have 5 minutes and 31 seconds. It's already set up. Matter of fact, I think I would like to. I'm asking Bar Counsel if they will allow me to play this 5 minutes and 31-minute video that I received that I had this morning with Miss Sue Nelson to explain why I feel I should be granted a stay for extra time to review the records, even though that they're saying that I received what I supposedly have received. There's nobody here to take my oath or anything to show that I'm telling the truth. But I am here telling the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I mean, so to me, I feel somewhere in the records, because I am illiterate, and the way that I've been reading the rules is that even though if I don't file something and if it doesn't have the proper wording, that document should be deemed filed. I understand that you're not a court, but in the courts of the records, clearly, is also Lynn Luker, based upon the defendant's attorney's filing. Why have you not answered to the Supreme Court on my appeal? That obviously you sent this document to me, Mr. Lynn Luker, of the findings of facts and conclusions of law, but isn't it a fact, Mr. Luker, that there were two findings of facts and conclusions? Isn't there a fact that there was two findings of facts and conclusions of law?
Mr. Clark.
Now, Mr. Luker was interrupting me now.
Excuse me.
See?
This is the time for
I didn't see them get on Luker about it.
And Mr. Luker needs to allow the chair to work through as is appropriate on this hearing. But Mr.
not
Clark,
be charging.
the hearing committee and the chair of the hearing committee has decided that each side, if there are no witnesses, each side may have 7 minutes for its closing argument to talk about the records that have been submitted.
Now wait a minute. You haven't answered my questions in regards, because Lynn Luker interrupted me, and then you interrupted both of us. Where we were at is I was asking the committee right now, before we go any further, if I could please play the video that I got, which she is aware of it, so it is my property, of the 5 minutes and 31 seconds, because to me, 7 minutes, all right. But again, I'm asking, may I play this? And if not, then I'll use it during my 7-minute time.
Okay. Sir, what you can certainly do is provide that at the close of this hearing, and we will listen to it then. If there is some reason to allow
they've already said they're going through it.
I
Right?
just can't say at this point that it's relevant.
Sure. It is.
The state of the record at this point. So, is it possible for you to provide that to Sue Nelson?
What?
Your audio, which I'm presuming.
Well, that's my audio. I don't think so. I have it. And if you'd like to watch it while we're being videoed, because I have 4 computers because of what I've had to go through over 6 years. But what I'll do is, because of how I got it set up, is I will turn the video that I have on. I will just turn it, and you will be facing the video of the other computer in which I videoed on. So you will be able to actually watch it. Well, so yeah, I mean, I've got it set up here. I'm ready now. I mean, this is my life, and I've been just wanting to move forward. But Mr. Lynn Luker, he is a 3-time quitter, in my opinion.
Sir, I'm gonna.
In my opinion,
is about the ethics.
You betcha.
And whether
Excuse
me, whether the ethical complaint is. I'm going to. We're running this hearing as a hearing as we run the other hearings.
As a court. As a court.
Okay.
As a court.
All right. Ms. Burke, do you find this process to be overly helpful to you?
No.
Okay.
I think what we need to do is have
That's Ms. Liebenberg.
specific. We close the record, as I understand it.
Yes.
And the record is now closed.
Is this Ms. Dienenberg?
Mr. Clark has time for an argument that he wishes to make. You've given him 7 minutes for a closing argument, and he may use that if he finds that he wants to add the audio with Ms. Nelson to the record. He can do that, but that would be taken care of after. It will just be an addition to the record.
Oh, no.
Correct. And then, but he has the time, the 7 minutes, to make his argument, at which time Mr. Luker then can make his argument for 7 minutes. That's as I understand the procedure today.
Yes, and would that procedure work to help you in this matter, Ms. Burke?
Yes.
And Mr. Young, would the procedure as I've set out allow you to fulfill your duty as a hearing committee member and listen, in order to make a determination?
Yes.
Okay. That being the case, Mr. Clark, you have 7 minutes to make your argument. You can choose to play that 5-minute, 31-second tape for
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. I will do it right now. But what I'm doing is I'm turning the video around, and what you're doing right now is you'll be facing the other video, which will show 5 minutes and 31 seconds, and this is what it says right here. There it goes. Well, it's not. I have the video because I'm videoing this thing. So what it is they're going to be able to listen to this and know that it was done.
I see.
Oh, shoot. No one, right? Sorry, well, I guess I just wasted some of my time. Well, I guess it ain't working, but my thing is Lynn Luker, he took advantage of an injured worker. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be saying, because obviously I'm not going to be allowed to argue that I should have been able to have this extension of time based upon that my phone conversation that I had with Miss Nelson this afternoon. So
right. So you have approximately 6 minutes left to argue why you believe Mr. Luker should be found in violation of an ethical rule.
Ethical rule? Well, because he
Idaho Supreme Court decision. Did I not include that in your mailing? No, ma'am, you didn't. That's really weird. I'll tell you what you sent to me, though, and I'm going to put it up in the video. It's the May 2nd, 2012 findings of fact and conclusions of law. Yeah, but the other one. At Idaho at yahoo.com. So, there's no point in me talking to you and asking you all these questions because you already know. Well, no, because I'm not going to give you my paperwork up for what I'm ready for at 3 o'clock. Handwriting. What I'm doing right now, I don't care what's my handwriting now. If that's what you're putting, if that's what you're looking at, I don't believe that I put it in the. I don't believe that I put it in the in whatever you're saying, because I have no reason to have ever put versus Lynn Luker. I may have put James Clark versus Lynn Luker in regards to this one I'm doing right now. Are you there?
I was hung up on, but I did call back.
You see now, is this so you can send me something right now? I will do it.
explain something to you? I was told that I have 10 days, ma'am. Okay, go ahead.
No, you just give me your email address right now.
Well, because you see, I was supposed to have that before this.
No, you give me your email address, and then I will send it to you.
Who will?
I will.
Send what to me?
Well, you're asking for, you said the document you didn't receive.
Well, now, if you're going to send it to me today, then I haven't had the proper response time.
You know,
to respond to it, ma'am.
hearing committee. You know, take that up with the hearing committee. Okay?
Ma'am, I am James Clark, and I'm representing myself. And I'm asking you, in the fairness of justice, to answer my questions.
I am asking you if you want these documents again.
Well, you know what? I'll bring it up with the committee that you did not get this in there, and don't forget, this call is being recorded.
I am Mr. Clark.
Thank you very much. That's all I have to say. Again, I believe that the hearing should have been postponed based upon my video. I called. Are y'all still there?
We are.
That's what all I have to say for right now.
Okay.
And I feel that in the fairness of justice, I should be granted this extension of time to possibly have all parties come together and still try to bring this to an end so I can move forward in my life. Go ahead.
All right, Mr. Clark, having submitted his final arguments, Mr. Luker, the hearing committee would like to hear from you, and if you can specifically address anything having to do with the Industrial Commission or the Supreme Court documents that you sent on Friday, and whether you have any knowledge of whether they have been provided to Mr. Clark, that would be helpful to the committee.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. In terms of additional argument, I believe my argument is fully contained in my submission to Bar Council and the exhibits that are attached to those. I really don't have anything else to add to that, and I believe Bar Council gave an adequate and fair and correct view. Also, on your question, both of those documents, as Mr. Clark was a party in both of those proceedings, they both specifically, at least the Industrial Commission has a certificate of mailing and shows that he received that, and as would be the normal course from the Supreme Court, they would have mailed him a copy of the decision. So the reason I provided those is that Mr. Clark had made reference to both of those in his submissions in one form or another, and so I hope the committee should have the documentation behind it. Those decisions.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Burke, do you have any questions?
I do not have any questions. Thank you.
Mr. Young, do you have any questions for either of the parties?
If I may, I would like to ask Mr. Luker a question. Mr. Luker, in your own words, I appreciate your summary there, but would you tell us why you are here and the nature of the complaint? I'd like to hear from your own words your response to Mr. Clark's claim. Well, I'm here defending myself because he's the one that filed the complaint, and I believe I answered everything that I had provided in my submission to the Bar Council, and that should be in your documentation. But I guess the short answer is I'm here because I'm the respondent to Mr. Clark's complaint.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Mr. Young, do you have any other questions?
Well, there's a lot of information here going back over a long period of time, and I don't have a lot of other questions. After hearing Mr. Clark, Mr. Luker, I was curious if he might expand on the nature of the relationship over time and anything else he might give to us verbally other than what we have here in the record. I can read the record.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really don't have anything to add other than what is in my submission. It was, I think, a 7-page explanation that I think addresses our relationship and the issues as I see them, and the exhibits that support my position. I really don't have anything else to add to that. Okay. I'm concluding my questions.
Okay, concluding the questions, the chair has no additional questions. Both parties have had an opportunity opportunity to supplement items. The record is closed. The argument is closed. Ms. Nelson, I would like it very much if you could set it up so that Ms. Burke and Mr. Young and I could speak now.
No, wait a minute, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes.
So are you saying that it's over already?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I lost? Is that what you're saying?
No, sir. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the committee will now meet, review the entire record before it. We've already reviewed it, but we'll have an opportunity.
Well, again, I was denied access to some of these records here at the very end here, and I still haven't been able to review because records are different. So, okay, well, I feel it shouldn't be. I feel it should still go.
The committee will have an opportunity to review everything.
So do I have a chance to where I could still get
a written opinion within the next 45 days, hopefully much sooner than that?
Yeah, I hope Lynn Luker is held liable.
Pardon me?
Because I'll be seeking civil damages in regards to what I have to go to Portland, Oregon over here for tomorrow in regard to other matters, which, again, I wasn't able to really explain to anybody because I am seeking civil damages on Lynn Luker for his ineffective assistance of counsel. And I will be filing that in the court based upon my record as a whole.
Okay.
Before 2010.
Right, you had your opportunity to make.
Okay, well, I don't know if I did or not.
I appreciate that, Ms. Nelson. Are you able to accommodate that request so that the three of us can get together?
I think what we'll do is hang up from this call, and I will call you guys back immediately.
Okay, will that work for you, Ms. Burke and Mr. Young?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's over.
He wants to find out what's going on. He wanted to explain. But he didn't want to.
No, he don't want to say nothing. So is this call over?
Yep.
Hello? No, I'm still echoing somewhere in the background. Hello? See?
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's it. They're going to.
They're not going to say goodbye or nothing to me?
Yeah. That's nothing.
Nope. Nope, because there's that sound.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if they're on hold or if I'm on hold or what.
Yeah.
So I'll just stay on until.
Well, I don't know, but I got. The only one who to ask any questions with that man. What it was. What was his name?
I don't know, baby. I have to listen. I have to re-listen. That's why, that's another reason why.
Okay.
I had to do what I had to do here.
Right. He was the only one who could explain, which he didn't even explain.
No.
He didn't say one word.
No.
Oh, it's in the file. Well, what's in the file? Why don't you tell me your own words? Why?
7 minutes. I was allowed 7 minutes. Well, good thing that that's 5 minutes and 31 seconds. Because right there, I should have been given time.
I know, but you know how they are in Idaho.
Well, I'm learning, but you see, but what I'm blessed at is I do got that.
Mm-hmm.
I do have it as part of the record here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I got to listen to. Well, I don't know if I need to hang up. Am I still here or nope? So you see what they're doing now is they're on damage control because of that right there. Because if you remember right, she was saying that I couldn't do that. Well, at first they were saying I could do it. Then they said I couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But I could add that on at the end if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, as soon as she says, okay, well, if you want, you can go ahead and play that on video now, or you can go ahead and, and I went, boom, boom, because I caught on exactly what she had said.
Yeah.
Go ahead and play that video right now.
Yeah.
But if I would have started talking, I wouldn't have got that video in.
Yeah. Yeah, but Mr. Luker didn't say a fucking thing. The guy asked him to say in his own words, why?
Yeah.
He wouldn't answer.
Yeah.
And yet, you're the bad one? I don't think so. Mr. Luker, you are the one. Mr. Corrupted Hell.
Yeah. So everybody, this is Elaine Kerr. She gets set at the table with me to argue based upon my disability. And I will be checking to see if I did mention that Lynn Luker, there are 5 depositions to be done, and he quit.
right. You didn't mention it, and there's nothing to the fact. Let me tell you.
You know. So anyway, Elaine, she was here, listened to the conversation also to help me with my paperwork. But to me, I felt I deserved to have more time. As that one lady stated, that, you know, they have 45 days, but it would be nice if it could be done quicker. did you hear that part?
I heard her.
Yeah, I wonder why.
You might get quicker so you can get them off your back. Yeah.
But anyway, well, I guess this is the phone, so this is probably what. Are you there?
AT&T operator, this is Steve. I have someone ring for assistance.
Well, you know what? AT&T. Yes, I did. Well, no, I didn't. But you know what? I'm blessed that you are still here. And your name is again is who? Zach?
My name is Steve.
Oh, now it's Steve.
Yep, that's always my name, sir.
Oh, no. Don't, I'm sorry. No. You all initiated a call, I guess. A legal call just now?
Yep, looks like it was initiated a while back at 4 o'clock this afternoon, Central Time.
Right. Well, I'm still videoing, but I thought I was on hold. And I guess when I went to reach for my phone, I guess that's where you came back in. So are we still hooked up to this initial call?
Actually, everybody has dropped on the call. You're the only one left on here.
Okay, well, I'm glad the video is still running. Because again, my name is James Clark, and I just had this video, and this gentleman right here, who initiated the call, or knows about the call, I am the last person, because I believe that nobody told me that it was over, sir. See where I'm at?
Yeah, that's no problem. Yep, it looks like it doesn't tell me what time they dropped, but I am checking that the initial person, Sue Nelson, and all the other parties have already dropped from the call.
Oh, okay, may I ask you a question, sir? Because, you know, this is legal, and they are already aware that my call was being videoed and audioed. And I have a question. Now, who are you again? You're AT&T?
That is correct.
And now, I did ask that this call be recorded. Now, did AT&T record this due to my safety concerns of myself and Elaine Kerr?
It wasn't requested by your host. I don't see where the call was.
Oh, by my host.
Right.
And the host was?
The host on this was Sue Nelson.
Okay, Sue Nelson hosted this call.
Correct. She was the initial host of this call. That is correct.
Okay. And all the other parties were just the parties that were supposed to be sitting here.
Apparently so, yes. Like I said, it doesn't give me much information.
Okay, now wait a minute now. But you have a copy of all the people that were supposed to be there, right?
That is correct.
Now, because since I'm still on the line, and it's not like I'm somebody that just called up out of the, like a fart in the wind, you know, but hey, is there a way that I can get you to email that list to me?
Nope, I cannot release that information to you, sir. You'd have to reach out to the host for that. Because the one who set up the call was the only person that we could release that information.
Okay, and that can be considered private records, correct?
That is correct.
Because you know why I asked you that? Because I fought them and I caught them committing fraud on 3 different occasions. And just because of what we're doing, and I caught them at the fraud, is why they're... But it's been 7 years, man. But I caught them in this call. Okay, I can't get a record of the names of the people that they had stated because of the host, correct?
That is correct. If it's whoever initiated the call and had the parties contacted, it's the only one that can record.
Okay, and you also have a recording that everybody was there, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and when I mentioned that, and also Elaine Kerr is also here. Was that also put down?
Nope, that is not on the record at all.
Okay, well, it's on my record of my video, so that's okay. That's okay, baby. Okay, sir. Well, and your AT&T, like regular AT&T or a private company?
For services, this is Sue contacted to set up a call. We called up to the appropriate parties, and then once we contacted the parties, got them all on conference, and we were done with it.
Okay.
The only reason you're talking to me is there was a signal sent that assistance was requested, and that's the reason why you and I are having the conversation.
Wow. Huh.
Wow.
Huh. Okay, because there must have been an emergency button I could push. And I guess I didn't know it. But anyway. Okay, well, hey, thanks a lot, guy. And I appreciate you coming back on the air for me. I mean, back on.
No problem.
Okay, sir.
You have a great day now.
You bet. And I didn't mean to disrespect you that your name wasn't Steve.
That is no problem. That is no problem whatsoever.
Okay, man. Okay, be good and take care of yourself, man. And be
All
safe.
right, you have a great day now.
Bye-bye. So, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I can't get a copy of the names, but I'll just go back on my video and I'll find out who everybody was. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to this video. Again, I will be headed over into Portland to file criminal assault, criminal charges or whatever.